I'm gonna tell you a story, but suppose you have to understand this time does not work the way you think it does. You call me Oracle, someone was talking about the cult. And we're continuing on with beast families. Boom, boom, boom. Where are you? Alright, I'm going to start with a brief description of horrors. So, horror is also referred to as the mystic self by some Begotten, is an entity from the primordial dream that occasionally bonds with human. Horrors are formed from humanity's nightmares and fears. The roots are in the earliest epochs of human history when the hairless, defenseless ape lived in terror of predators, uncaring elements, and plagues for which they had no names. Fear times. Over time, their fears became encrusted in myth and legend, the natural human response to a recurring nightmare in their midst. Modern beasts theorize that every person dreams of monsters. That monster either already exists somewhere in the primordial dream, the dream calls on ancestral memory, or is created at that moment as a horror. The horror drifts through the dream until it reaches one of the chambers in proximity to the waking world. Until now, it is too far away to do real harm to dreamers, but those few that are deep dreamers with a strong connection to the primordial dream, it can reach. When the horror attacks such a dreamer, it attacks them in a process called the devouring. The soul of the human is taken, and instead of the horror, it either slips inside or completely new horror is born from remaining nightmares and fears of the human. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not so much what's going on with me, but what else? Either way, the future, Begotten realizes that the horror has always been their true self and is reborn as a beast. Horror and beast are one and the same, but the relationship is more complicated. In terms of Freudian psychology, the horror is the id, the unrestrained force driving the need that manifests as the hunger. Beast cannot bargain with this force, only try to appease its need by sating it. If they fail to do so, the horror will hunt for itself, disturbing the primordial dream around the beast by causing potent nightmares. In turn, the beast can draw upon the horror to manifest aspects of it in the waking world, either as atavisms or in the form of nightmares. In their lair, the Begotten will always manifest as the horror. Begotten can go closer to their horror by pursuing their inheritance. During the inheritance, the beast can either merge with its horror in the primordial dream, bringing forth in the waking world its real corporeal monster, transforming their horror into a myth that will live on within the dream. We covered that in a previous episode. Alright. Now, where are... Okay. Now... Oh. So, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I closed it. That's why. Dang it. Silly me. Now. Mama. Haraskit. Atia. Paratmon. Mama. Savanalira. Tara. Malika. Pazu. Samakarari. Anvavakarari. Pindikarati. I haven't had trouble remembering this one before. That's silly. Whatever, I can look at a previous episode if I really need to remember it. Dang it, though. Pindi Bhavati. Well, Prasadayati Pasu Bhavati. Reduce to order, become a beast. Or transform into, assume the shape of a beast or an animal. Because that's what they're doing. And that's what I'm doing. Essentially. To be begotten. After fashion. So, man, I'd really like to remember what that middle one is. I'm going to have to go watch a previous episode and actually remind myself. That's dumb. Alright, anyway. Mama. Malik Pazu Zaraka Sablidavatara. huraskit, Atia, Paramahana. Saja Adikara. Samakarari and Babakarari. Pinikarote Abejeate. Prasadeate Karnate. Alright. So, that is about the Eshmaki. Eshmaki are one of the family of beasts. They represent nightmares of darkness, such as being watched or hunted by an unseen threat. This gives them their nickname, the Lurkers. The horrors of the Eshmaki are quite diverse, with some looking almost completely human, except for one unsettling tale. Others take the form of boogeyman or night-hunting predators. Their birthright allows them to either inflict a tilt, such as arm rack or leg rack, with any successful brawl or weaponry attack. I don't actually know what tilts are, so. Or to initiate a grapple while still dealing damage from such an attack. So, in that case, the birthright that I'm claiming to claim as one's birthright, reduced or to grapple. Why? Because of that. Pretty specifically, just because of that. All right, and also nightmares. Nightmares are abilities of beasts that allow them to inspire supernatural terror and fear into their target. Kaya Svatna. Unlike atavisms, which are instinctual representation of the horror, nightmares have to be learned by the Begotten, either by traveling to the primordial dream or being a witness to another beast or even another supernatural. Certain families are drawn instinctively towards specific nightmares, but the fears called by these powers are deep and fundamental through any beast, can manifest nightmare with equal facility. Like, I've had some of these nightmares. Which basically means I can use them because I've had them. Nightmares are expression of deep buried fears that go deeper than subconscious minds, straight to the collective soul of humanity. These fears are not always debilitating. Someone in the grip of terror runs faster than an unfrightened person, while nightmares are all in your head, in the sense that only the victim experiences the effects of these hallucinations. That's not the same thing as nightmares being illusionary or somehow not real. Dreams have their own reality to them. They just do. Svapna Tattva is a thing. Dream reality is a thing. Otherwise, Yoga Dasana wouldn't work the way it does. The effects of nightmares are very real and are quite capable of inflicting some somatic injury or even death. That's scary. To activate a nightmare, Begotten has to either touch the victim or meet its gaze. Afterwards, Begotten speaks a few words that evoke terror. The victim need not understand the language in which words are spoken. Nightmares are a product of the beast's satiety and connection to the physical world. A well-fed beast is close to the human world, and thus able to better and to tap more cerebral side of the primordial dream. Calm nightmares. All your teeth are falling out. Yep, I actually had that dream. Behold my true form. Oh, another Mushkati. Okay, cool. Bugs everywhere. I've lived that dream without it being a dream. I don't want to talk about it. Everything you do is worthless. Fear is contagious. Plague of fear. Flying and falling. Yeah, that one I definitely had. Run away. And they are all around you. I definitely had at least one dream that I based, I had this recurring dream when I was younger that, I was in a Costco and that, like, there was a giant eye that was effectively the security camera that was, like looking for me, but, like, also, it was sort of like just, like, watching the whole place, and I had to go from, like, it was like I was playing myself as a Metal Gear Solid character, and I had to hide from a giant security camera. Like, I ended up actually basing that as a core concept for kind of basically the region of hell from my books, which is kind of hilarious to me. You are alone / isolation. You are not alone. You can't wake up. You cannot run. You deserve this. You must obey. You will never rest. Let's face it, most of us have had most of those nightmares. Another thing about the nightmares, there's also kinship nightmares for the various kinds, because you're able to effectively, one of the things, because of the way horrors and beast work, and point of fact the way beast was intended to be played, is they have the ability to form kinships or special relationships with basically all the different kinds of supernaturals, and some of the specific families are better at forming kinships with certain kinds of supernaturals than others. That's something I'll just get into, like when I get into kinship nightmares, because there's specific nightmares for each of the different kinships, and I've kind of gotten to the point that I'm done with this particular episode, I feel. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.